2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, in crowd, 815, 815.
Hey, good morning. Cutting corners just adds more corners. There's your drop of knowledge for the day. It is the 29th day of June, the year 2024, the latest it has ever been, Tom.
You are right. Oh, in the history of mankind. I never thought about that.
It just adds more corners. We've got a big show for you and the person still sleeping next to you. So give him a little nudge and say, hey, Greg and Tom are on. Let's wake up and take a listen and see what's going on in their worlds today. Our special guest called in sick, but we've got a great replacement guest who's standing by and we're ready to talk with him. We are rescheduling with Beth Howard. She's the executive director of the Friends of the Coronado Foundation. She was really looking forward to being on the show with us today. Very, very apologetic that she caught something Tuesday. She knew something was hitting her Tuesday, and she warned me that this might not happen for this weekend. I said, well, let's talk Friday and see how you're doing. She's like, I just don't have voice. I don't have something hit her vocal cords as well as her body. So she's just not in the position to chat with us today.
I get like that during the week when I do 3 or 4 nights worth of trivia. I'm yelling and screaming, because it's loud in the bars and whatever. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Question number 3, and I'm trying to, I got it worked out to where I can say, okay, folks, 1, 2, 3. I got to do this. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me, like any teacher does. And they respond. They very much respond. And I also shame them by just stopping. I literally put the mic down, arms folded. I'm like, just looking around, and I watch the scores of people that stop and go, hey, Mike, yeah.
You just are purposely talking quieter. Okay, now question number 5 on your
and what gets me is, yeah, exactly. I do that. What gets me is when you've got people that are talking, yep, while I'm answering the question, asking the question, and then they'll say, could you repeat that question? I didn't hear it. Yeah. You didn't hear it because you're running the mouth.
You're here for trivia. It's time to listen when it's time to listen.
Hey, how about this wonderful guest?
Yeah, we're going to get to him right after this. Our current race to 10 has the Joanne over Tom by a score of 3-1.
Wow, that hurts.
Who would have thunk the Brewers would be doing what they're doing to the Cubs?
Okay, so here's the Brewers beat the Cubs again last night, didn't they?
They did, yeah, with one swing of the bat. Grand slam.
Yeah. Nice. No, it don't even get me started on it. But I'll tell you what, the Brewers were well coached for 8 years, whatever it was. Their farm system was pretty good. Their management system is pretty good. It stands to reason that they're actually doing well. The reason the Cubs are not, it's not because of Craig Counsell, although I'm a little bit miffed. I'm a little bit not understanding why he makes some of the moves he does, but he simply doesn't have the players. That's the problem.
He's building. Yeah, he's building.
They have no bullpen whatsoever.
Going to take him away.
So aggravating. They got one of the best starting rotations in all of baseball. But anyway.
Our big number of the week this week is 5.25 million. And the answer is rats or real estate. Rats or real estate. Put your guess in the chat. We'll tell you the answer at the end of today's show.
30 cent mine.
All right. Our guest comes to us all the way from the bustling metropolis of Rockford, Illinois, and he grew up here, and he's living here and doing cool things here. His name is Kenny. Good morning, Kenny Saunders.
Morning, guys. How do I sound? Do I sound okay?
You sound just fine.
Perfect.
You sound like you're ready to take over for Ryan Seacrest. Hope you have 9 days in your week.
One could help. Isn't he taking over Wheel of Fortune?
He is.
Yeah, among other things. How many jobs? I thought I had a lot of jobs. He's got like 9 jobs.
That's a lot of jobs.
Anybody that accuses me of doing too much work, I'll just point to Ryan Seacrest and say, I still want to grow up to be like him someday.
Right.
So yes, Kenny and I are related. Yes, he's not working for me and I'm not working for him, even though he just started a company called Saunders Media. And to fill people in, you were on this podcast 4 years ago, almost to the day, during COVID. Remember we were talking about Starlight Theater.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And the stuff they were doing online, social media wise, to do something with Starlight talent because we weren't going to have any shows for the summer of 2020. Mm-hmm. And you did some goofy cooking segments because you were supposed to be in Little Mermaid.
Yes,
which
I was going to be Chef Louie in that, and then that didn't happen. But we did like kind of SNL skits virtually to keep some entertainment rolling for that summer. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, as much as it could be.
Fun summer in 2020. But so you're not a first-time guest on this podcast, is what I'm saying. So for those who don't know who Kenny Saunders is, tell us a little background about, we always ask all of our guests, where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? And what kind of career arc brought you to where you are today?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so grew up in Rockford. Went to college at Augustana in Rock Island, studied business and computer science. So I got a little bit of a background in technology. Started out my career for the first 6 years or so in the real estate world, helping with technology and social media, digital marketing needs. And that's where I had my chance to kind of hone my skills in that and develop them further and take it to a bigger scale with a high producing team. And then once I realized I could do more, I decided to get out of that and start my own thing. And we're just kind of rolling with the punches and seeing what we can do.
So you're out now helping small business owners, some solopreneur. I like to call them solopreneurs because that's kind of what I do, even though I'm a part of a real estate team. The stuff I do on the side is solopreneurship. It's a one-man show and partnering with different people. There wasn't as much of it 10 years ago as there is today. COVID, I think, was a big instigator of what we all learned what we could do on our own, from our homes with technology and all that stuff. So it sounds like part of that maybe influenced you into doing what you're doing now.
Yeah, and if there's a business looking to partner with the typical digital marketing agency, they're going to get charged up the wazoo with different fees and stuff. The benefit with going with me to help with your website, your social media, your SEO is it's going to be much more affordable because you're working with a designated person to help you out. I'm also just getting started, but we're building a really great portfolio so far. So we got a lot to offer. For someone who's just started out, you could almost map it out in weeks now. It's not really months, just been a few months, but Saunders Media, Facebook.com/We Are Saunders Media. Great. SaundersMedia.net is the website.
Kenny, I have a question.
Yes,
Do you have to give your dad royalties when you make money? Because he did give you the name after all.
Nah, I've given him enough royalties.
Greg, I thought I had one there for you, buddy. I had you back, but
working as my agent, Tom, you're pretty good, but I think you got to work on your delivery just a little bit.
It's a good try.
Okay.
I'm very proud of the name, and so is Grandpa. So when somebody is looking to, maybe they've been in business for a couple of years, but they haven't really done much on social media. I've heard you give some good advice to some small business owners just for free in the different networking groups that we've plugged into and stuff like that.
Yeah. What
are like your top couple tips that you like to give to people when they're asking about, hey, I don't have the money to spend on hiring someone like you yet, Kenny, but what can I do to get started?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for solopreneurs doing their own social media is just to be consistent, be authentic. Keep in mind that engagement is the key to your success. So as long as you're putting stuff out consistently, whether that's 3 times a week or 5 times a week. It's however you want it to be. And as long as you're interacting with others and responding to messages, responding to comments, being out there and being active in the digital world is just the most important thing. And yeah, sharing your story, being authentic with yourself and what your values are, sharing your behind the scenes moments in your company and your day-to-day life. That authenticity resonates with people and it helps build a more relatable brand.
Yeah, that's huge. I think there's a misconception that in order to be successful on social media, you've got to do these big, deep, long things, and it's really more about, like you said, the consistency of being there and having a message that that people can relate to. Really.
Yep. Oftentimes it's just showing up. Don't be such a perfectionist in what you're doing. If you're spending too long putting a post together, shoot, after the first 5 minutes of putting it together, just post it and see what happens. But be consistent. That's the key.
There's a lot of fear in people, going out there and putting themselves out onto social media. And some of it's legitimate. I mean, you don't want to do something that makes you look completely stupid, obviously. But I think most people know before you hit post if something really is going to look stupid.
Right.
The thing about being on social media, and obviously someone who's been in broadcasting for over 30 years and really involved in social media really heavily these last, 10 years or so, you just hit post. And if it really is bad, and if you really did make a mistake, you delete it.
Right. Quickly. Hopefully.
Yeah, you'll find out in 30 seconds, then you delete it.
my point is there will always be somebody who wants to needle you and pick on you, and you might not even know who it is. It might be an anonymous person that just wants to be a jerk. You can't get rid of those people. They're going to be around.
Right.
They're out there, but you also can't connect with those who will resonate with your message unless you put out your message.
Right.
So what's your message?
Yeah, people have to know what you're talking about. People have to know what you're about. That way they can resonate with you, interact with you, purchase from you. Another tip too is don't make each one of your posts a promotion post about what you're selling. Like, people want to learn about you. I think one of my favorite rules is the 1 in 5 rule. So about 20% of your posts is promotional. The rest should be about you and what you do. It should be educating others, informing others, giving tips to the public, just interacting, and then trickle in your promotions in between. That way people can actually buy into what you're doing. Yeah. I think that's a really good rule for people to follow, because you'll see a lot of businesses that just promote all the time, and then they lose audiences with that.
You're building a trust factor with people. If you're down to earth and you're honest and you're yourself, you're building trust.
Yes. And how do you do that without putting something out there that's that you're willing to stand on and stand for? And it doesn't have to be some grandiose thing. It's who you are and what you do.
Not being afraid to show another side, not being able to show your, for lack of a better term, not weakness, but your, what's the term? Your
vulnerabilities.
Vulnerability. That's what it was. That's exactly what I was looking for. Vulnerable side.
We all have faults. And when you share your fault, you find someone who relates to you. I mean, obviously, one of Tom and my big faults is we're Green Bay Packer football fans, and we're not afraid to say it.
There we go.
Illinois.
I've had people. I've doing real estate now for 11 years. I've actually had people more than once tell me they would rather not do business with someone who's a Packer fan because they're such a diehard other team fan. And insert other team here. It doesn't matter. It's not just always the Bears. It could be someone else. And so, there are those. I'm careful just not to bring up the fact that I'm a Packers fan. I just don't mention it. It's not important. It's not that important.
Yes.
But on the flip side of that, anyone who digs deeper and looks into my social media stuff and finds out I'm a Packer fan, some people love me even more because of it. The coin has two sides, so it's important to remember it's okay to say, hey, you know what, I love shrimp tacos. You know, some people hate fish and shrimp, and that's okay. But people who love shrimp tacos like me, all of a sudden we have a commonality, and we're like,
Yeah.
I love shrimp tacos too. Where do you go for your favorite shrimp tacos? It goes for food, it goes for sports, it goes for, I mean, anything in life you put out there, and you're going to find some commonality with someone. And we kind of got to experience that Thursday night at the In-Crowd 815 event at Rivet Stadium. We had some new people come out that haven't been to an In-Crowd event before. We had our friends from Nick's Wish out there with a table, and I'll start my shout outs even right now, because I wanted to make sure we gave a good shout out this week to Juan and his son from Security Pro Intel for being out there and sponsoring this thing and spearheading the whole thing. They were awesome. And then for Cassie and Tony and Ginger from Mactown Construction for teaming up with them and saying, hey, we want to make this an even bigger event, so let's make sure we got plenty of food and drinks for everybody. And they sponsored everything with the Rockford Rivets. So we had plenty of food, plenty of drinks, the whole right field picnic area out in the right field area of the Rivet Stadium for our group for the night. And we had a good time meeting some new folks and sharing some stories. And I know you met a few people you probably had never met before and didn't know that you were doing business.
Correct. Yeah. It was a really good time. It was a good way to just network and meet with new people. I like the way the In-Crowd's growing.
Yeah. It was a fun evening. I told Hannah from the Rivets, I said, next year we'll definitely do an In-Crowd night at an actual Rivets game, and not just a last Thursday of the month type of a thing. We'll pick a night and do an In-Crowd night at the Rivets game. So we're doing our group thing. Next year's In-Crowd has already some plans in it that will be different and bigger and hopefully better for everybody to connect and network in different ways. But along that lines, obviously what we do with In-Crowd is we plug into our local area not-for-profits and give them promotions. As I mentioned earlier, Nick's Wish came out to our event on Thursday night, and they were happy to be there and have their big wish lamp out front so everyone could see where we were entering on the right field gate there. That was really cool. Is there something that you're offering through Saunders Media that helps not-for-profits specifically, or is there a discount program, or is there anything like that? I know we have a lot of not-for-profits in the area, and I'm sure they would be interested to know what you offer them.
Yeah, something that we always offer businesses is the free consultation. So understanding your needs and goals before a project starts. And in that consultation, I provide you a 3-month social media calendar just for meeting with me. So that's something that we offer to everybody, but especially for non-for-profits, I want to be able to offer a 15% discount on my services. So that covers your website design, that covers your social media management, that covers your content creation, your Google. That's something I want to make sure that not-for-profits feel the love and support that they deserve for being an important part of the community.
That's cool. I don't think we're almost ready to launch our new In-Crowd website, which I toyed with the idea of bringing that on the screen here this morning. But for now, just know that if you go to saundersmedia.net, you're going to find this website right here. And there's a place down at the bottom to connect with Kenny and ask your questions and find out what him and Brittany can do for you, let's bring Brittany into the picture here a little bit. Kenny, what kind of services are you offering as a team there? Because I know she does some things that you don't do, and really adds to the stuff that you offer.
She is a huge help to what we do. Her background in broadcast and journalism is a huge key here too, because she just knows how to say things the right way. Even if we're talking to clients, and if I want to be more brief or if I want to be more straightforward, she's like, well, what if we said it this way instead? I'm like, okay, you're right. And she's also a huge creative. She has an experience in photography and videography at Disney World. She worked there for about 9 years as a photographer. So we've got that in our back pocket too. She is excellent with the camera, excellent with the pen, and excellent with the social media plan. So I'm very thankful to have her as part of our team too, and my wife.
and the fact that she's your cute wife doesn't hurt at all either.
It doesn't hurt at all.
we had Kenny and Brittany out on Thursday night, obviously to network with people at In Crowd for that event too. But we had a fun time getting some photos and some videos and stuff. So we are looking forward to seeing what you guys put together for that. Is there anything else before we get to our trivia round, Kenny? Because we're doing trivia. And Joanne, are you out there? Joanne, we're going to bring you in on trivia here in a minute too, and do some trivia with Tom. Anything else that we didn't ask you about this morning that you wanted to make sure that we touched on before we move on?
Not really. Just check out the website, see what services that line up with your goals. Reach out to me if you ever want to have a conversation. That form is right at the bottom of the page. I've already got a few people reaching out already, so I got some appointments setting up in the next couple of weeks, which is great. We're just building that downline. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'd love to help you guys out.
info@saundersmedia.net, or even easier, just go right to the form here, fill it out, send it over, and we'll put that in the chat right there so it's easy to get to. Awesome. All right, let's see if Joanne is ready to jump in. She looks relaxed. She looks like she's chilling over there at Paws Humane Society. Good morning, Joanne.
You didn't put me to sleep yet. Hi.
Good morning.
All right.
Here we are. Good morning.
Let's put people in a semblance of order here.
I forgot your son's name already, Mr. Saunders.
There you go.
Oh, it's right here.
One of us, both of us.
Kenny!
Hi.
Hi, Kenny. I know you're a friend of mine on Facebook. I should know you. I think I have one of.
Do you know his official first name?
Daughters.
Oh, there's a good question.
That's a good trivia
You know
question.
his legal first name?
Yeah, but I can't say it.
I do. Kenaniah.
There
I
you
love
go.
that name, by the way. I think it's cool.
It's like
I
80%
think it's
of people that can't say it right.
I was watching To Tell the Truth, those reels that pop up. And the little boy, he had some strange name. Not that your name, Kenny, is strange.
It's unique.
But the first
It's unique.
said, my name is blah, 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 blah. And then the little boy next said, my name is the same as his. And you
That
knew
works.
he wasn't the one.
That works. Well, all right, Tom, you are trivia master. What do we have for trivia this week?
All right, I realize these are going to be slightly tougher. For some reason, I'm looking at them going, ooh, maybe a little tough. I'll try to make
That's all
them
right.
easier. I'll try and give you some multiple guess if needed. Okay, if the entire group, all three of you, say we want multiple guess, but if one of you thinks, oh no, I got this, I'm kicking their butts, no problem, then just let me know. It has to be consensus that I'll give you multiple guess.
Just
Some of
shout
them
the
already
answer.
are. There you go.
We don't have any buzzer, Kenny.
No buzzers.
No
Great
sound
answer.
effects yet.
All right.
This
In
group's
light
gotta work on that.
In light of this week's presidential debate, I kind of came up with a debate question having to do with Illinois. In the 1858 Lincoln-Douglas debates, there were 6 of them in Illinois. What office were they running for? Actually, there were 7 of them. Once again, in the 1858 Lincoln-Douglas debate, for which office were they vying?
That's a good
That
question.
corrects
I think I know. I'm pretty sure I know, but I might be wrong.
Greg, you can answer. Anybody can answer. This is all for one here.
I mean, I know Lincoln lost running for Congress a bunch of different times, but I think that was an actual presidential debate. I'm going to say president.
What do you say, Kenny?
They had governors back then. Can we say governor?
And what do you say, Joanne?
I'm going to just say senator.
Senator is correct. They're
Oh my
running for
God.
Senator, U.S. Senator. Pays to go third, doesn't it, Joanne? That's good. All right,
Right.
here's one.
I
It's
thought
a
senator when he first said the question.
Did he win
Well, good
senator
for you.
first before becoming president?
I am not sure. I think he did. I
That
am
is a
99% sure he did.
Okay.
I think
That
he
is a
did.
different trivia question.
4th
Yeah.
of July question here. All right. Happy
Yeah, I wish I did have a 4th of July question. Maybe I'll throw in a bonus. Yeah, you know what? I will. Next week.
The 5th of July.
All right.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. It'll be the 6th next week, actually. But anyway, Shannon Sharp just had a birthday. Is he older or younger than the Sharpie Company?
Oh my goodness. That's
Older or younger? It's a 50-50. So than the Sharpie Company.
Let's go younger.
That's like, do we really even care?
That's a great question, Tom. I really like that because
I think I have a Sharpie too.
How long have Sharpies been around? Shannon Sharp.
Sharpie. How long have you been around, Sharpie?
50 years old.
Do not put eyebrows on your dogs with Sharpies.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm going to say he's older.
Because they barkies. Okay. Kenny said younger. Greg said older. Joanne split the difference.
I can go with older.
Older. Kenny gets the point. He's younger. Sharpies came out in 1964. Shannon Sharp born in 1968. He is younger than Sharpies. Yeah, Greg, you're being shut out here.
I am. Not a good day for
by
trivia
your
for
son
me.
and the lady who plays with animals. All right. Now, here's another one. Here's another one.
Uh-oh.
No, plays with animals. All right. Which restaurant it came up first? Was it Steak and Shake or White Castle? Which restaurant came out first? Steak and Shake or White Castle? I know that's a tough one, but it is 50-50. I mean,
I'm going White Castle.
That like diner style feel of Steak and Shake makes it feel like it's old, but I feel like White Castle's just been around longer. I'm going to agree with Greg, White Castle.
I'm going to go with White Castle too.
And you all three are correct. White Castle, 1921, Steak and Shake, 1934.
Nice.
Whoa.
Very good.
I would have never guessed Steak and Shake is that old. I thought Steak and Shake might have started in like the 50s or 60s, not in the 30s.
I remember Steak and Shake when I was a kid in the late 60s. I was maybe 6, 7, 8 years old. We had a Steak and Shake near our house. We used to go there all the time. That building was old. And I think it was created as a Steak and Shake. That building was old. We knew that.
I like the shake.
So we had anyway. Yeah, that's my favorite part. All right. Question number 4. Here we go. Strom Thurmond lived 100 years before passing in 2003. He served 48 years as a senator from which state? Sorry, you got to know a little bit of history here. No helping. You got a 1 in 50 opportunity. Actually, you don't because
he lived to be how old?
Yeah, I guess it would be a 1 in 50.
He was 100 years old.
He lived to be 100. Yeah.
So he must be in a pretty happy state.
Oh, hey, boom, boom. Thank you. He's here all week.
I'll say like Arizona.
Okay.
I'm saying Virginia.
Gregors or Joanne?
I have no idea. Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. All good guesses. Greg was the closest, but nobody gets
West
the
Virginia?
point. Nope. South Carolina.
Okay. I knew it was an East Coast state. I just couldn't remember which. Yeah, that's crazy. Term limits, hashtag term limits. That's all I got to say to that.
Oh, absolutely. Him and Ted Kennedy, among others. There's about 30 of them today that I could think of.
Glasses for the hat. There we go.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Here we go. This one's going to be a pretty easy one. It should be anyway. On the TV series The Office, what is the name of the company where the crew works?
Oh, I know that one. I just saw a T-shirt this week. We were somewhere and there was a girl wearing a T-shirt with the name on it. So it's top of mind for me this week.
Yeah.
Yes. Kenny, you got a guess?
Yeah, it's
You're close, but not right.
Oh, dang it!
Joanne?
I have no guess. I don't watch
I know it starts
that.
with a D and it starts with an M.
Yeah.
Well, the Mifflin was right.
Is Dunder Mifflin or Dunbar?
Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder Mifflin.
Dunder. Duffler Mifflin, because it's so specific. If we were doing trivia, I'd have to say no, especially because I grade on a curve. If everybody said Duffler Mifflin for whatever stupid reason, I would say, okay, that's it. And I don't mean that sounded like I'm calling you stupid. No, not at all.
Whitney's going to ring my head later because she loves that show.
Yeah, my son and daughter-in-law watch it all the time. So let me amend that too, for whatever crazy reason.
It's funny how some people hate it when shows break the fourth wall and actually look into the camera and talk to the audience. And I love. I like it.
I love that. But what I don't like is the camera that does this. You hate it when my table does that, Greg. Oh, God, I spilled coffee. Spilled a little bit of coffee.
Tom, stop banging on your desk because it's too wobbly.
No, what it is I'm in my little office here, and I don't have the office complete yet, and so I'm on a little table with a prop thing up on it, and that's why that happens. So, but anyway,
buy Tom a better desk.
Oh no, I have a desk. I have a cool desk right over there.
Yet.
Haven't even gotten what?
Our hats yet. We can't buy
I
it
know.
yet.
I've got a reason for that, but you're getting them. Trust me, they're coming. They're coming.
All right.
I would have got them for you last week, but they had some very serious health issues over at our friends at Fresh Prince. But she's doing better now, so we'll be getting them soon.
All right, final question, and I'm not sure of the score. I think you're all tied at 2. I think. We'll just say this is the ultimate tiebreaker. This is a Rockford trivia question. And no help from the studio audience. This is an easy one. It's not easy. It's not. I could give you this one here. I am going to give you multiple guess. I am. I'm going to give you 3 options.
Okay.
A, B, C, D. What's he doing?
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This is your Rockford trivia. In what year did Farm and Fleet open in Rockford?
Oh my God.
In what year? Was it 1959, 1964, or 1969? Once again, in what year did Farm and Fleet open in Rockford, Illinois? Was it 1959, 1964? Farm and Fleet. What did you think I said? Farmore?
Yeah, I don't know why I said
Farm and Fleet. And you know what?
Farm and Fleet.
You know the other question I don't know the answer to.
Fleet Farm if you live in Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, there's
because the 2 brothers had an argument and they split and they couldn't use the same name. So
one was Fleet and the other was Farm.
I'm curious, is the first Farm and Fleet store in Rockford the one on West State Street?
It is.
That would make sense. Okay.
I'd say 64.
59, 64, 69.
I'm going to go with 59.
64 too.
And nobody gets a point. 1969.
Oh.
December of 1969.
All right.
There you go. That is trivia. Thank you for your participation.
Well, good job.
All right. There were 2 presidents. This is your 4th of July question. I'm doing this one from memory. There were 2 presidents who died on the 4th of July. In fact, they were the exact same day. Who were they? This is the ultimate tiebreaker.
How could they be? One must have been a former president. They were
both former presidents.
They were both out of office.
I was going to say they couldn't have been president to die on the 4th of July.
And they were bitter rivals. They were bitter rivals for a long time, yet near their ending days, they reconciled. And their final words...
together in a stormy battle.
They were their final words, I think, both of them were basically conciliatory toward each other, and they died within hours of each other on the 4th of July.
And neither of the 2 knew the other one had died.
The first one, I think, to die was James Madison, and the one that died later that day, I believe, was Thomas Jefferson.
I was going to say Jefferson. No?
I got one of them wrong. Oh, no.
One right, one wrong. You get half.
Kenny for the steal. as he's Googling it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right.
I'm kidding.
No, Washington Jefferson.
Oh, James Adams.
You got half of that right.
Bummer. I thought I knew this one.
Second president. It was the second and the third president.
So Adams.
It was John Adams and Thomas Jefferson.
And Jefferson.
They both died July 4th, 1826. I knew all of that. I just didn't know what year.
Wow.
Same day. And you're exactly right. So Greg, you get a half a point for that. Because you knew a little bit.
Give me the half-point victory.
You should get
2.5 to 2.
2 points, and we all go out winners.
There you go.
Not bad.
I like that. Sorry, Greg. You just got your half a point jacked.
Tease me about my age, and I'll
beat you with my cane.
Beat you with my cane.
Geez. Oh, I love that hat. Where did you get that hat?
That was a birthday gift on my 50th birthday, which was 4 years ago. So, anywho,
that is a great hat. I got to get some of that because my neighbor Steve. Oh, I shouldn't say it because he watches the show. He would love that hat. So, yeah, he does watch the show.
Steve. Kenny, thanks for jumping on with us today. Any final thoughts before we send you off onto your weekend?
Pleasure's all mine. I'm really thankful for the opportunity to come and talk about what I do.
Awesome. Well,
come back anytime. By the way, Kenny, I didn't ask you, and I think I know the answer. What's your favorite football team?
Chicago Bears, baby. Bear down.
I knew it. No, right there. I'm trying to get this mirror thing. Right there, baby. Right there.
It's going to be a great year. We've been saying it for every year for a long time now.
Thank you. You're right. The Packers are going to be very good this year. No, I'm kidding. Let me just say this one thing real quick. Your Bears, I heard Colin Cowherd say this, and I like Colin Cowherd. I don't agree with him all the time, but he said the Bears have a scary good offense this year. You look at what they've done.
Yeah.
Wow. And they've got a defensive coach. So I think that NFC North is going to be very, very good this year. And a lot of teams are going to beat up on each other. So whoever wins it is probably not going to win 13 or 14 games. I think the division will be won with 12. And you'll have a couple of wild cards coming out of there. Minnesota's the odd man out. I'm sorry. But I really do believe the Bears are probably going to be third in the division and probably take maybe the 7th wild card. It's a real steep curve for Caleb Williams. He is good, but how good is he as an NFLer? You can name 100 quarterbacks who were number 1 picks, high draft picks, and they completely blew it. Completely. I'm not saying that's going to happen. And for your sake, I hope it doesn't. Right. So
we shall see.
I see Minnesota having a terrible, terrible year. Minnesota could be the 2nd or 3rd worst team in the whole league this year. And it's possible that 3 teams of the NFC North actually make it to the playoffs this year. It's
that's what I'm actually projecting. And if it is only 2, it'll probably be Green Bay and Detroit.
Yeah,
because I see the Bears going. I see the Bears going 9-8, and if they maybe catch lightning in a bottle, 10-7, which gives them probably that last wild card. There's going to be some. There will be some obstacles. Caleb Williams could throw 4 interceptions in the first 2 games, and people in Chicago will be like, "Get rid of him! He's a slouch. Get rid of him. We wasted that pick."
He's got a lot of great receivers ahead of him. Can he hit him? That's the question.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can he hit him? Can hit them? Yes. You don't have. You don't have. I don't think you have DJ Moore anymore. Correct? Who was it that they lost? Maybe you do have. Maybe you do.
I thought we did have.
You lost somebody, but I don't remember. Oh, you do have DJ Moore. It was the other one. I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Moving on.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Greg knows better to get me talking football.
We'll seek your advice later when we need it because we'll need it a lot.
Excellent. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Hey, buddy. Have a good one.
Kenaniah Saunders Media, and did I leave the thing up here? The great big banner thing. Oh, I downloaded it, so I should throw it on the screen really quick. Look at that logo. Isn't that special? That's pretty cool.
I love it. It's cool.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Is this a new adventure for him?
Yes, this is brand new adventure for him and his wife Brittany, and very excited for them that they love helping the
Augustana colors.
Huh?
Are those Augustana colors?
Kind of they are, yeah. The blue and the
I
yellow.
kind of,
Yeah.
this is off the subject, and I should have talked about it when Kenny was still here. But Paws had a problem because sometimes we lose volunteers, and we lost our person who did the computer, and she's gone. I forget what the word is. When you never talk to people again, she never gave us the password.
Ghosting.
He's ghosted.
Yeah. So when we say, could we please have the password? And then it's just silent. So
Oh no.
we might have to like revamp the whole
Passwords
website.
are fun. Yeah, that's always a great fun.
Who
Hopefully.
made her mad?
Probably Pause. I don't know.
Somebody had pause.
There's too many. Could I say this and not get in trouble?
You won't get- we got
Listen, I'm not gonna say it.
I do have some shout outs to shout out this week, so I'm going to go ahead and do some of those right now. Should I leave the hat on or take it off? I don't know. I
love the hat.
This is my reminder that it is my birthday this week. There you go.
Yep.
So
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Starlight Theater, got to give shout out to Starlight Theater this week. They wrapped up last weekend with The Color Purple, which will be back again in July. And today is your only opportunity to do a matinee show of Newsies. If you only like attending shows during the day, today is the only chance you have to see Newsies as a matinee show, 2:00 today. So Newsies is a lot of fun. A lot of high energy stuff. Great. The choreography in this show is superb. You got to check this out. A lot of great young people and a great story. Kind of historical. You learn a little bit of something too with the Newsies thing. So that's at Starlight Theater today at 2, and then tonight at 8. And then there's the week off at Starlight Theater, the big 4th of July week, deep breath. They do a Star Spangled Spectacular with the Rockford Symphony Orchestra on the Starlight stage on July 3rd, the evening of July 3rd. I think that starts at 7. I'm not 100% sure on that, but they do a wonderful concert on the Starlight stage with the Rockford Symphony Orchestra on the 3rd of July. And then Legally Blonde opens for its final run on July 10th through Sunday the 14th. And I invite you to come out and check out me and my awesome cast of characters, Elle and Emmett and Professor Callahan. Oh, he's so evil. You got to come check out Legally Blonde. Already gave a big shout out. What?
I want you guys to do Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. There is a musical.
You guys are going to be doing it?
No, but there is one now.
Oh, good. So if you guys are doing it, I'm coming out to audition for something. I could be Strickland.
You want? There you go.
You're a slacker.
You'll never amount to anything.
No McFly has ever amounted to anything in the history of Hill Valley as he gets really close. Oh man, that'd be awesome. I want to see.
I don't know how many years old it is, so it probably would be a while before it becomes available. There is a Back to the Future musical, though. I did see that.
Well, the movie itself came out in '86, but that's not what you're talking about, right?
No. This is an actual musical adaptation of the movie.
Cool.
Already gave a bunch of shout out to the Rivets, but one more thing about the Rockford Rivets. They won the first half of the season in their league. They are the champions of their division. They do half because they're a minor league type of a thing. They do champions of the half season and champions at the end of the season. What ends up happening in a lot of these college minor league leagues, when they get to the end of the summer, a lot of them have to report back to college before the actual minor league season ends. So they lose a bunch of their players at that last couple weeks of the season. So it's kind of hard to have a true playoffs at the end of the season. So the Rockford Rivets, I think they lost their first 2 games of the season this year, and then they caught some lightning in a bottle. They've been on fire. 15 or 16 and 7 or 8 is their record right now. So they won the first half of their division of the Northwoods League. So kudos.
A quick question and a comment. Number one, do they get paid? Do they not? If they're college athletes, and I understand the NIL stuff now, things have changed drastically. So maybe they can earn a little paycheck before they go back to college and they're not considered professional, but they are they not? If you're being paid. I don't understand how all that works.
I don't either.
I don't want to cause controversy.
I know there are host families, so they're living here with volunteers who are covering their board and room and
the other thing, my comment is, I'm a Savannah Bananas fan. Go Bananas! I wish the Savannah Bananas would come to town. You want to talk about standing room only out there? You can't get tickets, but they play in a stadium where there's probably 20,000 fans.
Well, you saw Savannah Bananas just sold out Fenway Park.
There you go.
They sold out Fenway about a week or two ago, and you can watch the whole game on YouTube. They put the whole thing up on YouTube. They played the Houston Major League Baseball Stadium earlier this year, and they sold that out. Now they sold out Fenway Park, 38,000 people. And they have a third official team now called the
Visitors. Oh, okay.
The fourth one's called the Visitors, I think.
Okay.
There's a fourth team, but I don't know that they've established an identity for that team yet. It's kind of like the Washington Generals.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's 4 teams, but 3 of them that are actually branded and they're marketing. So do a little deep dive on YouTube if you're wondering what the heck we're talking about. Savannah Bananas is a different style of baseball. There's different rules, which most of them are brilliant. Some of it's just plain entertaining, and that's all that they're there for. But some of the rules, the way that they play innings, I think is just brilliant. How they keep score. It's a brilliant way to play the game of baseball. So love it or hate it, check it out. I think it's worth checking out. Want to give a shout out to the Phantom Regiment, who started their tour this last week. They did their final dress rehearsal last Saturday night out at Wedgbury Field at the indoor sports, the sports complex, Sports Court 2 on East Riverside Boulevard. They had their final dress rehearsal last Saturday night that my wife and I went to watch, and they've got a great show this year. They kind of have like which is very unique for the Phantom Regiment. They have like a tie-dye color guard uniform this year. Very colorful. They still have their signature white and black for most of their stuff, but they're using some metal cube cage type things that they're moving around the field, and it's just a really good show. It's very entertaining. You get a chance. July 5th, I believe, is the show of shows out at Boylan High School. That's Friday night, this Friday night. And I think July 6th or 13th, I forget when they're going to be at NIU for that other big show that they do, the Midwest Classic or whatever they call that. So Phantom Regiment, great show. They've qualified for the finals of DCI Drum Corps Internationals every year for, I don't know, 30 something years. It's been crazy how much success they've had over the years. So kudos to them. Wanted to give a quick shout out this week to Pomodoro. Have you eaten at the Pomodoro yet?
I have not.
East Riverside Boulevard. It used to be Ciao Bella.
Okay, I know where it is.
Yeah, it's now Pomodoro. Check it out. I'm a fan of angel hair pasta when it's done right, and I had me some angel hair pasta this week at Pomodoro. It was really good. It was really good. Already gave a good shout out to InCrowd 815 Networking Group, Security Pro Intel, MacTown Construction, all at Rockford Rivet Stadium last week. That was awesome. Next month, July, for InCrowd 815 Networking Group, we're at Dr. Prado's office called Wellness Tree Chiropractic in Belvedere. We're going out to Belvedere July 25th. Plan on joining us that evening. The Ski Bronx, want to give a shout out to the Ski Bronx because they've had to cancel their shows this last week because the river's too high. The river's under a no wake order, so you can't drive boats fast enough to cause a wake because the river's too high. Will the river be low enough for shows by the 4th of July? We don't know. They had a lot of rain up in Wisconsin too, and that flows down the Rock River toward us here. So they've already had to decide to move the show ski regional tournament to Indiana. So that will not be held now at Shorewood Park, July 12th and 13th, as was previously scheduled, because it can't be guaranteed that the river is going to be low enough to do the contest. So that stinks. That hurts. But I'm sure they'll award it to them again next year or the year after and bring it back, because it's a great place to do the shows as long as the river's the right height. You got to be safe. And I think the only other shout out I have for this week, as far as shout outs go, is the Eagles Club. Have you ever been inside the Eagles Club on the south side of Rockford? Off of 250?
Yeah, down there off of 11th Street. Yeah, 251. I have been.
They do karaoke every Friday night, and we partook of that last night. Had a lot of fun. Like I said, with no Ski Bronx show and other stuff not happening, we were like, hey, let's go karaoke tonight. So Noah and I, my other son, my youngest son, went out there and had a blast. We had a lot of fun singing with a bunch of fun folks at the Eagles Club last night.
All right, what song did you sing?
I got two through last night, and you would never guess either one of the songs unless you know me really well, because I have one favorite song I always try to do, and sometimes people don't have it because it's a little bit unique. And I tried a new one last night, and it worked. I'm really happy with how it went.
Bust a Move.
No. Don't do that. My go-to karaoke song is by a band called the Ides of March.
Vehicle?
Yes. How about you, Tom?
Wow. I'm your vehicle, mama. Take you
great
anywhere you want to go. Love that song.
It's got a short guitar solo in it, and it's a good karaoke song doesn't have a very long.
With the black sedan, and won't you step inside my car? I love that
sounds
song.
like Tom
Great
Jones.
song. It does. It really does. Whoa, whoa, whoa! She's a lady. What was the other song?
The other song. Let's see if you can guess this one. It's a littler known song by a little artist named David Lee Roth.
The Ice Cream Man, Just a Gigolo.
Yes, Ice Cream Man.
Yeah,
Ice Cream Man's a fun song to do. I gave that a try last night, never having done it before.
Stop me when I'm passing by. I'm your ice cream baby. Stop me when I'm passing by.
The surprise of the night to me was Noah doing "I Don't Care" by Fall Out Boy. When you think of the group Fall Out Boy, what's that other song that they do? Is that Mr. Brightside?
No, that's the Killers. Fall Out Boy does going down. Going down with a
down. Number one with a bullet.
Yeah. Going down. I forgot the name of the tune, but
number one with a bullet. I can't think of it either. But yeah, anyway, Fall Out Boy, he nailed that song. That was really impressive.
It was cool.
Good singers last night at the Eagles Club, and Tracy Matsky does a great job, and her son Paul, prodigal son Paul, was running the show last night. And you know how it is when you go to either it's a wedding or some other party where there's a DJ, and even if they play the right music, if the DJ's kind of bland, boring, the party lacks a spark. Well, Paul had the spark last night. He was
good.
He knew how to introduce people and keep things moving, and it was really a lot of fun. So I was very
Sugar We're Going Down. That's the song. Sugar We're Going Down.
Okay.
By Fall Out Boy.
All right, those are my shout outs for this week. By the way, GoRockford.com for all fun events happening around the Rockford 815 area. And we haven't done this for a while, so I'm going to put this up on the screen. Just remember this: In-Crowd 815 info unofficially is brought to you by Altruize, the app that enables volunteers to track, verify, and maintain their own community service data for a lifetime. Altruize, tell a better story, live a better life. Find it in the App Store or whatever favorite app store that you use. Astronomers, here's your randoms before we get to all things pause. Astronomers say that evidence points to other planets being far more inhospitable to intelligent life than previously thought. There's very slim chance of any kind of intelligent life on the planets in our solar system anyway, other than maybe Mars. But even then, it's just too inhospitable for human life anyway. The idea that other life could be on other planets it's really a stretch. It's really a stretch.
Well, it's just nothing but red sand and red rock or whatever on Mars. So that's the only planet in our system that might even have a remote chance of having some kind of life on it at all. If I am correct, I read something the other day where it can be 80 degrees at certain times in places on Mars, but it could also be 190 below zero. So it's got such a wide range. I mean, we'll get 100 below in spots here, but remote spots, we couldn't live in that. I mean, maybe polar bears can. I don't know. Not
a chance. Not a chance. There's at least a third of Americans admit that they sleep with a comfort object from their childhood. Special pillow, special blanket, stuffed animal. 34% say they keep something of sentimental value close to them while they sleep. I'm not one of those. I still do remember though when Mom took away my security blanket when I was like 6 or 7 years old, and it ended up in the garbage. It had a huge hole in the middle, so it was done. But
it'd probably been puked on a couple times, you know.
Right? I was so upset when she threw it away. I was so upset. But I think I got over it. Obviously, I still remember it though. So it's.
I was going to say I don't know if you have, but that's okay.
This article brought back that memory. I hadn't thought of that blanket forever.
Repurposed my son's security blanket and put a new silky on it and gave it to my granddaughter when she was born.
Oh, see, that is awesome. I love that.
But he did that without washing it. That security.
I don't have any stuffed animals. I don't have any stuffed animals or anything. So you know, quite a few of them, as a matter of fact.
You know,
wow.
I love the way Tom is just so vulnerable with himself, just putting himself
absolutely.
Out there.
My heart on my sleeve.
This is me. All right, there's your randoms for this week. If you're ever looking for something fun to read, check out The Hustle. That's often where I get the big number of the week as well. I'm going to put that in the chat again this week to ask you to check out The Hustle. And here's something else I'm going to throw out there. One last thing before we go to all things pause. Thanks to The Hustle and a podcast is where I got my last really, really hot stock tip. Yes. And I won't go any further than that. I just got a really great stock tip. I don't think they were trying to make it a stock tip, but I'm reading about a company that made me go, "Ooh, I want to look into that," and looked into it more. And I was like, I really think that's got a future. And sure enough, it's been a big hit. So that's
Text
all
me,
for that.
Please text me.
Come on. All things pause, Joanne.
$10 bill on that.
Let's go to pause and take a look around and see what's shaking at Pause Humane Society.
These are 2 little white kittens. I don't think they're Cola and Caffey.
Super fuzzy.
They're a bonded pair, but this one's got, I know it's got something funky with her eyes. I don't know if that's like a congenital defect. Where are you? How come I can't find you on my camera?
Just, yeah. It's like she's got eyeliner.
It just kind of bulgy eyes. It looks cute, but it could be like a congenital defect.
Call her Kitty Cat.
Oh, that's this. There, I had a group of. Oh, let's We're still not doing real great with dogs. Let me mirror this quick.
Month is about done. Yeah. One more day. This is it. Today's the last
Right.
day, basically. You're closed on Sunday.
Once. There we go.
The cat's looking good. Look at we're starting on the second row with cats, but dogs we only have 2,
Added one
Zeb-
since last week.
but still very slow.
Yeah.
But the cats are going better. When it zone in on this family. This is a mother cat with her babies. They're not such babies anymore, though. The mother cat's name is Eclipse. And then she's got Moo, Cinnabon, and Void, which I don't know what that Void. Void is the black kitten.
With a B or a V? V as in Victor or B as in boy?
V as in Victor.
Oh, okay, Void. Wow, that is weird.
I don't want to be voided out, but that's his name.
Yeah.
Probably because black is void of color.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Right.
What?
White is all color.
Sherry just said black is void of all color. I thought black was all colors.
It is.
Oh, there's that too.
Black is all colors. White is the absence of color.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. Say it again. Okay. Ooh, I just tripped on a litter box. That's not a good sign. So
Better than
some of-
tripping in it.
Yeah, some of our kittens. Look at this little guy, little girl, way in the back saying, "Don't get me on camera. I still have my morning puffy face."
Oh, she's adorable.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for kittens, we have them. And I think I just saw it at Noah's Ark too. Everyone's kind of over. We need to do better with controlling our cat population.
Yeah.
Little on the high side right now.
But it happens every year and we go crazy. He's checking out what's your name? This one is owner relinquished. She's declawed. We sometimes we are big. I mean, declawing is not a good thing, but we do get some cats that come in and are declawed.
As long as people understand that declawed means they have to be indoor cats. They can't go outside. They have no protection. They can't even
Cats
climb a
need-
tree.
Cats need to be indoor cats anyhow.
I know. But the fact is, they're not. That's how new cats are made.
There's
No,
your-
Setting about okay, I'm not gonna get in this discussion. I'm gonna let go. This is another. I think Lovey is the mom. We had this. This was one of our pet of the week a while back. Lovey and her son from the Gilligan's Island. Lovey and
Well, her husband was Thurston Howell III. I don't think they had any kids.
Lovey.
she loved Lovey. Lovey is the mom. Yeah. What? Yeah, Thurston left his family in the dust. He left on a different ship and left the minnow behind.
Yeah. Took his millions.
You know, actually the premise of that show is kind of crazy, but I did like it when I was a kid.
Yeah, it was goofy.
on a 3-hour tour.
It's like, how far away could they have been? Really? I mean, come on.
It's been 60 years in syndication.
All right.
What
Is that
so getting of the tiny ship was tossed? Now I'm going to be singing that all day.
If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost.
Do we have to pay royalties now?
Not if we sing it that badly.
Probably.
Oh, okay. So no
The minnow would be
no karaoke.
No. All right. That's all
Trophy
things.
prize.
That's all things pause for us this
I
week.
don't think
Right
we have
there.
any events. We had the big event last weekend with the garage sale, the flea market.
Thanks to everybody who came out and
You know,
supported
it
the flea market.
Raindrops kept falling on our heads. There goes another song.
BJ Thomas.
Keep falling on my head. All right. All right.
From the movie Butch Cassidy and the
Butch Cassidy
Sundance
and
Kid.
The Sundance Kid. There we go. All right. Let's do this before we're done. Our current race to 10 has Joanne in the lead by a score of 3-1. And Veda's over here whining because she wants to play too, but she doesn't know how to talk. Our big number of the week this week is 5.25 million. That's with an M, 5.25 million. The answer, is it rats or real estate? Rats
Real estate.
or real estate. Those are your
The
guesses.
rent
Tom has
real
texted me
estate.
his guess already, Joanne. So I need yours next. In 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm going with real estate.
You're going with real estate, which means one of you's getting a point this week because Tom went
Tom
with
went
rats.
with rats.
I'm either way down or closing the gap. One of the two.
This last week, a small German town celebrated Rat Catcher's Day. That's right. Rat Catcher's Day. This is one to take seriously. Rat catchers deserve a full-on parade in their honor. If you disagree with that, check this out. An English exterminator told Yorkshire Live that he has taken down about 50,000 rats since the year 2018. He's warning that the rats are getting bigger, bolder, and more brazen. He once caught a rat 2 times the size of a chihuahua.
Ew.
Dang.
That's a rodent of
He would eat
unusual size.
Jorge for lunch.
That's a Princess Bride. That's a Princess Bride reference of ROUS's, rodents of unusual size. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Scary stuff. Joanne's getting a point, ladies and gentlemen, taking a big
Yay.
lead. The iconic house from Home Alone is for sale. 9,100 square foot Illinois house hit Zillow for $5.25 million. It sold in 2012 for $1.59 million. So yeah, they're thinking it gained
Someone
that
made
much.
quite a profit there.
Well, it's not sold yet. It's available for sale, but we'll see. The iconic house that was shown as the Full House
Mm-hmm.
in San Francisco, that has also been up for sale for $6.5 million.
Part of the Painted Ladies.
Yes, the famous Painted Ladies in San Francisco, once occupied by the Tanner family in the TV show Full House. That's a 4-bed Victorian home. It appears in the series from 87 to 95, and then the reboot in 2016 that went for 4 seasons, believe it or not. The inside of that house doesn't look anything like the show. The interior scenes were all shot in LA. The new owner, though, can opt to buy handprints in concrete stone from John Stamos and Bob Saget, because who wouldn't want that? I mean, come on. John Stamos and Bob Saget.
Yeah.
Anywho, congratulations, Joanne.
So go back to the Home Alone house. Congratulations. Go back to the Home Alone house. That one, did they film most of the scenes there, or did they do that as well?
The
in
Home
Hollywood?
Alone house.
So did they just use the house as?
Let's see if this says anything about it real quick. So since you're asking, the Home Alone house is for sale. And here's what USA Today says. The iconic Chicago house used in Home Alone is up for sale. 5 bedroom, 6 bath home. The McAllister family, and then 1990 Christmas classic Home Alone. It was built in 1921. Listed May 24th. I don't see anything as far
Where's
as
the home located?
Winnetka. It's in Winnetka, Illinois.
Yeah, Winnetka.
Yeah, the
Okay,
interior, it's not the same. Look at that, though.
Wow.
Indoor
Was it
basket.
Yeah, I don't remember that in the Home Alone house.
Yeah. So if
And
you've got a pre-approval for
thought it was
$5.25
like in
million, I can show you the
that-
house.
Supposedly, I thought it was in Lake Forest or somewhere like that they said it was in.
Right.
Or did they say it was in Winnetka?
This is a beautiful house. Look at that movie room. How about that?
Nice.
There you go.
I'll take it. Can we put our money together and we can do all of our shows from there?
Just need a pre-approval letter from your local lender for $5.25 million, and we can go.
Sure.
We can go check it out.
Cool.
All right.
Cool. House payments are only going to be about
all.
$10,000 a month. That's all.
Next week, we plan on chatting with Matt Aukus. He's not only with Cars R Us, but he's with the Cosmo Club. They got their big golf outing every year that raises a ton of money for local not-for-profits. He's going to tell us all about that on next week's show. And next week will be July, everybody. Hello. So
That's right.
Remember, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same thing. Meet you back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good one, y'all.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.